All right. I was thinking, I was like, what is something that I've come to be comfortable doing? As of filming this, I'm 32 years of age. I'm Tanis Coralee of Seattle, and today's Wednesday, 20 August 2025. It's like, what is something? So I moved back in with my parents back in November 2019. I arrived in October 2019. It's like, what is something I've become more comfortable doing since I moved in with them? So a true testament to our teamwork in us kind of growing and becoming more comfortable with each other and just ourselves. And I was like trying on a different name for myself. So I was born Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, and as kind of my whole life I've been like, I want to be a Leonhardi. And I've, before this 2025 year kind of broached the topic of like changing a name, and I've been like, no. And I don't know if that's partially like my sexual orientation is asexual. I was born asexual. I've always known I've been asexual. I didn't come from after being like sexually assaulted or anything like that. No. Not for me. There are those types. And so I was like, maybe it's that. Maybe I just haven't felt, when I was like 10 years of age, the doctors told me I had 100% chance of getting skin cancer. And they're like, with your habits, you might get it early. And so I kind of like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be dead by the time I'm 20. And I got diagnosed with skin cancer when I was 22 years of age, which was a decade ago now. And so part of that was like, well, I don't even know if I'm gonna like have that opportunity in my life. The reality of my medical background. And so the names I'm trying on here are Tanis Hamilton, Tanis Pitt Hamilton, and Tanis Hamilton Pitt. And this is for Hamilton coming from my Lewis Hamilton and Pitt coming from my Brad Pitt. So my Lewis Hamilton is my 1-1, my Brad Pitt is my 1-2. And I was like, which name do I like? And I was like, you know what my biggest concern is with taking a name? My parents have given so much to me and made me feel comfortable and safe, and provided me a sanctuary of sorts. And I was like, my main concern is me making them uncomfortable in their own home. All right, so I don't want a name that makes them feel uncomfortable, as silly as that may sound to some people. And so I was like, well, what's the worst thing I've done? All right. I was like, well, in self-defense, I killed my rapist. Right, that's part of being asexual. So I didn't transition to asexual, well, after killing my rapist. I was before. Maybe that's the asexual response to sexual assault, for the sexual orientation. But I was like, well, like if that were to be covered in the press or something like that, maybe that does add weight to me being a Hamilton or a Pitt. And I was like, maybe the correct way to think of that then is like, if something similar happened to my parents, well, my mom and or my dad, and they were sexually assaulted, what name that I could take would actually give them the confidence to follow through and kill the perpetrators in a manner that I did? I would give them the confidence to do that if they wanted to do that, and it was in self-defense, like for me, like I did. And I was like, right? Because then if they're killing in the same vein as me and invoking a legacy, then they're invoking, if I'm Tanis Hamilton, they're invoking a Hamilton legacy. If I'm Tanis Pitt, they're invoking a Pitt legacy. If I'm Tanis Pitt Hamilton, then they're invoking a Pitt Hamilton legacy. And if I'm Tanis Hamilton Pitt, then they're invoking a Hamilton Pitt legacy. And I was like, maybe it's Tanis Pitt Hamilton, right? It's like, they didn't actually want to do it. That's why it's self-defense. It's kind of like, well, we wanted to have done it, but they asked for it, right? Like, they've hurt us before, and now they're coming back. It's self-defense. And so in that sense, it's Tanis Pitt Hamilton, because Hamilton is like a very harsh name, and so it can kind of like, it fits the name. And then with Pitt, it's kind of like action and adventure, like the Dirk Pitt of Clive Cussler novels of like, we're out here and we want to live our lives and enjoy our lives. If you push us too far, we end up as a Hamilton, so Tanis Pitt Hamilton. I was like, Anyway, that's trying names on today. Name try on. And today's Wednesday, August 2025. Happy weekend Wednesday.